welcome to Lstv episode 2. This is my third attempt at trying to record this. The first time I overran by 3 minutes, and the second time I couldn't say the word introductory, which I'm fairly sure I still said wrong there. And it's actually getting quite annoying, so I think that maybe next time I might actually take Mina's advice and record this early so that I can get it done sooner, because at the moment it's pissing me off a bit. Anyway, this week I am going to be discussing Living Sedative and how amazingly awful it is. Because, well, first of all, my second album did over 10 unique downloads. I'm guessing somewhere around the region of 13, so yes, go me, and if you downloaded it, I hope you loved it. However, SendSpace, because it was inactive for over 10 days, have seen fit to remove it from their website, so I haven't actually got a download link to send you today, which is unfortunate. I'll give you it in a fortnight with episode 3, because then I can give you all of my links together, because when Outcasts comes out I'll also re-upload The First Shot Always Hurts the Most to SendSpace, and I will also put the first 2 albums, which was A Taste of Things to Come and A Second Taste. They will also, they will also go on to SendSpace as well. So I'll give you a whole bunch of download links in a fortnight's time. As if you've read my written blogs, obviously you'll pretty much know what the plans for the band are in the future. If you don't, I'm going to just quickly tell you now. Obviously, as I kind of exclusively revealed a fortnight ago, in a fortnight's time, I'm going to be releasing Outcasts, which was a demo. Well, it's going to be a demo collection of unfinished tracks, and I need to really specify that, because at the time I thought I was actually going to finish them off. I'm not. I'm going to leave them as they are. They're going to be unfinished tracks, the way I left them when I decided to move on to other projects, other tracks. It's called Outcasts, and it's probably not going to be awesome, but we'll see about that. And then further on in 2008, or maybe even 2009, knowing the way I can't keep to dates, I've got another 2 studio albums coming out. Well, studio's a bit of a crap name. I've got a new full-length album, an LP. I've got Conversations That Changed the World, which is a rock album, and will be it'll be the album that follows on from The First Shot Always Hurts the Most, whereas that album was kind of 50-50. I'll be taking the songs like Finale's Fi and Hell's Concerto, and of course if you've listened to the album you'll know what I'm going on about. If you haven't, then you won't. Tough. I'll be taking tracks like that and moving on and progressing from there, and hopefully making improvements. The other album is called Only One Word Springs to Mind, and that will be an album that kind of takes its cues from A Taste of Things to Come, as well as like Dreamscapes from The First Shot. So it's more of a dance loop based album, which kind of the songs are like for about 6 minutes, something like that, only better. I put snare drums in. Anyway, I've got about 4 tracks finished at the moment. Or I've got 1 track finished, like 100% done, never going to touch it again, called Conversation Start, and that's going to be the intro track to Conversations That Changed the World. The intro track for Only One Word Springs to Mind is called Cold Spot on the Sun, I think, because I quite like how that starts. I've got other tracks as well, which are called Making Contact, Laughing in a Foreign Language, which is a working title. Echoes, Voices you will have heard because I used it in the season 4 trailer, and I've got a fair few more. Keep them all under wraps. Nice and secretive. So yes, my music is going extremely well. I think this year is probably going to be the best year for my band project thing as a whole, because basically, if it if this year goes really well, then I know that it's a hobby that I shall continue to pursue, and I know that I've probably said this on more than one occasion, but you know, sometimes it's just really hard to motivate yourself when no one's really giving you any feedback. I mean, you know, obviously I've always got Mina to kind of fire ideas off, and she's like, yeah, that's good, this song's not, etc. But I don't really get that many feedback from people who have downloaded the albums or watch the blogs or read the blogs, or you know. So sometimes it would probably be nice just to sit and, you know, get some feedback from people and say, look, you know, we really enjoyed this and we think you should make music along these lines, but you should kind of drop that because that's rubbish. So you know, if you watch this, then do feel free to drop me a comment on YouTube or on MySpace or on Facebook or wherever I happen to post this video. It'll be hosted on YouTube. I mean, that's a certainty. But yeah, I think I can, obviously, as I imagine it. I mean, including Outcasts and the 2 new albums that I'm working on at the moment. By the end of 2008, hopefully, I'll have released 5 albums worth of music, which, you know, for someone who really isn't that musically talented, is, well, it's brilliant, isn't it? It's fantastic. But I don't know, it's just, you know, there's all these people who, well, on Facebook I've got a group, right, and there's about 7 or 8 fans in this group, and not one of them posts in the band page, or, you know, despite, well, that's probably because there's no discussion going on in there, but, you know, it's just, I think I just need some feedback, really, and just to know who likes the music, who downloads it and turns around and says, that's crap, you know, what the fuck are you doing making music, you've got no ear, you know, you have no taste. So we shall see what the future brings, you know. Obviously, hopefully, now that I've said this, it'll bring a bunch of people forward who are going to go and say something and go, oh, amazing, I loved it. Oh, no, didn't like it, get off. Regardless, one of the only constants is going to be Living Sedative, so haha, you've still got me to put up with me there. Living Sedative TV, sorry, not Living Sedative. Lstv is always we're never going to die. Anywho, I'm going to stop rambling now. I've probably rambled on for about 9 minutes and it's just really not fun. My ending theme for today is called Miss You from Fido, and it's from their new album, which is called Silent Cry, which I still think is a god-awful name for an album, but you never know, it might grow on me. So I shall leave with those. I mean, while you're in the process of commenting me about my band, you know, do feel free to suggest some tracks for closing themes or whatever. But I shall talk to you in about a fortnight, and I will give you loads of download links for 4 albums, and then I shall also give you my thoughts on Grand Theft Auto 4.